Hello, welcome everybody who has logged in to join us this evening for our TFN Virtual Live, the Funding Network's latest event, or last event, I should say, of the financial year. We've got people from all across Australia, and I've seen you all logging in saying hi to each other, and a few from overseas. So very, very happy to have you all here tonight. My name is Jacinta Parsons, and I'm going to be your MC this evening. And like many of you, I am here in Melbourne in lockdown and cannot think of a better way to spend my evening than with all of you. So I've seen quite a few of you also say that you are also in lockdown and equally joyful to be joining each other virtually. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of country throughout Australia, and I recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Now, we all know, as you've probably cottoned on, as it's a little later than we intended to start, that sometimes things don't go as smoothly as we would like to in this virtual environment. So thank you for your patience. And if we do have any further surprises, we also thank you in advance for those. And if the video or sound isn't working for you, please hit the refresh or log out and back in, and hopefully that will sort it out. To the right-hand side, you will see the wonderful chat box, and obviously many of you have already worked out how to use it. This is the place for you to connect with each other, and it'll be where you will make your pledges later in the program. Tonight's event has been made possible by Accenture with support from VivCourt Trading and Corporate Match 2.0. We thank you so much for your support. Now, I'm hopeful, fingers are crossed, that we will find a way to welcome Jordan Griffiths, TFN board member and the Managing Director of Accenture Operations, to say a few words. So I stare hopefully and longingly at Jordan, who is in the virtual realm. I don't think we're going to get Jordan up this evening. That is part of why we took a little while to get to you this evening. So I'm going to play the role of Jordan. One moment, please. Hi, I'm Jordan Griffiths, Managing Director. I've got his script with me, so I'm just letting you know I'm not making this up. This is from Jordan, from his heart. I'm Jordan Griffiths, Managing Director for our operations practice in Australia and New Zealand. Jordan is joining you virtually today from the lands of the Wurundjeri people in Melbourne. Jordan's in lockdown, and I'd like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and pay my respects to their continuing connection to these lands. He's very, very excited to welcome everyone on behalf of both Accenture and the Funding Network. And Accenture is proud to be sponsoring tonight's event and to have the opportunity to support these three exciting, innovative projects. This is Accenture's fourth event in partnership with TFN, and we're thrilled so many of you have joined us here tonight. Accenture is a global consultancy and professional services firm that is at the forefront of the digital world, delivering on the promise of human ingenuity and technology. By sharing our knowledge and offering innovative solutions, we help our clients, our partners, and communities around the world meet challenges and achieve goals that help make an impact. One of the ways in which we measure, Accenture measures value, is through the positive impact that they make to the people and their communities. Our Skills to Succeed program partners with nonprofits to leverage digital innovation to drive impact at scale and help close employment gaps. Which is what Jordan wanted to say. To date, with our strategic partners, we are proud to say that our global Skills to Succeed initiative has equipped 4.6 million people with skills to get a job or build a business. How cool is that? In Australia, our program spans relationships supporting the next generation, youth from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, Indigenous Australians and young people with a disability. We have a strong community focus, and we are proud of the contribution that our people make through volunteering and giving to make a difference to not-for-profits who need our support. Tonight's event has a Skills to Succeed theme. All of the organizations are brave social innovators who are focused on providing education, skills, training, and employment opportunities for disadvantaged people in Australia. And Jordan thinks that's very admirable. He's looking forward to hearing the pitches tonight, and he's very happy that Accenture can help support them financially in their work because they know that our actions contribute to lasting positive change. Jordan's very excited to see what we can make possible tonight. Since April 2020, TFN has delivered 26 virtual events, facilitating $4.2 million for 82 nonprofit programs. That's a 49% increase compared to the prior 12 months and was made possible thanks to the incredible generosity of people like you. Thank you for providing that no matter the challenges, we are stronger together. Jordan, you beautifully spoken. It seems only fitting that we should finish this financial year the way we started, at home, surrounded by family and joined by a common desire to help people in need. I'm very proud of being Jordan. I'm not happy to actually return to me, but I will say thank you, Jacinta. Please come back. So Jacinta returns. There we go. I say, wow, Jordan, you have done an incredible job in your life. I'm actually I wish that was my speech. Because I would be very proud to be you, Jordan, in real life. All right, now we get an opportunity, I'm Jacinta now, by the way, to get to the heart of why we have all come together tonight. You are about to hear from 3 organizations who provide education and employment opportunities that promote equity and inclusion in Australia. These organizations have been through TFN selection, due diligence, and pitch coaching process, and they were chosen to present by an independent panel. Each presenter will have 5 minutes to tell their story, and then they'll answer your questions. And you'll see on the screen down below that there is a button that you can press where you can ask a question. And I've seen that you've used the polls, which made me very proud of you. You can vote on the best ones. So it's really lovely to get for you to get involved if you feel so excited. After we've heard from all 3 presenters tonight, we're going to facilitate live pledging through the chat room. I'm going to give you more instructions when we get to that part of the night, but let me tell you, it is so fun, it is so heartwarming, and it is such a great experience to have. So stick in, you're about to have a great night, especially if you're in lockdown. What a treat. Let's meet our first presenter. Lighthouse International is a Queensland-based nonprofit that exists to bridge digital divides and digitized dreams throughout Australia and the world. Please welcome founder and CEO Jack Growden to tell us more.
Good evening, everyone. Imagine for just a moment the last 24 hours of your life without a laptop, desktop, or tablet. How would you have worked? How would you have studied? How would you have streamed Netflix or KO? How would you have paid the bills? How would you have typed that resume or assignment? And for those who are joining us virtually tonight, how would you have been able to be a part of this awesome TFN live event? I first encountered a computer back in 2003, and it was a big box that sat in the corner of mum and dad's office. It made weird noises and had cables streaming in and out of it and out of the wall, and you wouldn't dare use the house phone at the same time as the internet. I'm sure we all remember those days. Digital tools were an oddity then, but the reality is that they are now indispensable to modern life. No longer just tools, they're the bedrock of a digital life sphere that we spend so much of our lives across. For the generations of the future, our children, digital skills and digital access will serve as their passports for success. We think of ours as a highly developed society where our young people are in a privileged position of opportunity. When COVID-19 first struck, we discovered an underreported and desperately underestimated inequality that certainly challenged my own view of our nation's privilege. As you would all recall, schools closed and students were forced to learn from home, with the assumption just being that they would simply learn on their own digital devices. And it was at that moment that we found ourselves asking, what has turned out to be an outrageously stupid question. I wonder if there are students in our own backyard here in North Queensland who don't have a computer at home. So we then decided to ask that question publicly on Facebook, saying that we had 50 computers to give away just in case some students needed it. Within 48 hours of launching our digital inclusion program on a single Facebook post, we were absolutely swamped with 1,400 applications for a digital device. In fact, with the notifications just streaming in by the minute, I had to banish all of my own digital devices from my room just to get an ounce of sleep. If we were astounded then, well, we were simply blown away when we visited some schools across rural, regional and remote Queensland who reported personal digital device ownership rates of less than 2% amongst their secondary cohorts, and many less than 10%. And at one particular school, right here in our backyard, only 2 students had access to a computer at home in the digital age. 2 students in a whole school. The deputy principal of another school in Cairns stayed up till 5 a.m. on a school night, submitting 509 applications for her students. And so we have realized that the digital divide is not just a developing world problem. Across Australia, thousands of our future leaders experience that 24 hours that I asked you to imagine at the beginning every single day. And our digital inclusion program is changing this reality for them by equipping them with personal digital devices. Now, those 2% and 10% of secondary cohorts without a digital device, well, we've raised some of those to more than 40% within 12 months. And in the case of a cohort of recently resettled refugee families from Central Africa studying at the Townsville State High School, by the end of this month, we will have taken that cohort from 0% to 100% in just 12 months. Every student, every family equipped with the tools to succeed in their new community. And it's much more than simply having a tool to do homework and assignments on at home. I've personally shaken hands with students who have seized the opportunity in front of them and have even started their own online businesses on their device. I've spoken in fluent English to students who did not know a word of it before they received their device and watched Congolese YouTube videos with English subtitles. I've met a student who once saw his career taking place at the local server or bakery or workshop in his small rural town. He's now enrolled in a Bachelor of Engineering at James Cook University after discovering the possibilities of university online from a single Google search on his device. I asked you before to remove computers from the last 24 hours of your life. It's clear that owning a personal digital device is more than just an advantage in today's world. It should be considered a fundamental right, as we live so much of our lives today across that digital life sphere. And owning a digital device, it changes students' lives. It expands their horizons and it opens doors. And we know that now because we've seen it. And we're determined to continue to give that gift to students across rural, regional and remote Australia. And as such, the opportunity to pitch for funding tonight at the TFN Live event is just incredible. For a cost of $200, we can provide a student with the tools to learn, the tools to dream, and the tools to achieve in the digital world that we live in today. If we manage to raise $30,000, there is 150 students impacted. $50,000, there's 250 students ready to thrive in the digital age. And everybody watching this event has the ability to change the fortunes of a student's life course tonight. A quality education must be a digital education in today's world. And tonight, you have the power to give that gift to students who crave it. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, Jack, for that wonderful presentation. Make sure you check out all of the wonderful comments that are coming through for you tonight, because there's a huge amount of support and a huge amount of excitement for the work that you're doing. Now, if you have a question, please post it down in the ask a question section down the bottom, and I'll ask the ones that have the most votes beside them But Jacko, I might kick off just really quickly because I've got so many questions after listening to you speak. Tell us about some of the individuals who have received a device from your project. Is there a story that sticks out for you, someone where you were just so excited to be handing them over access to laptops, etc.?
Look, absolutely. I mean, there's so many incredible narratives, but if I had to pick probably one, I would go with that student that I just mentioned before. A little bit more about him. He grew up in a rural town known as Ravenshoe. He was the school captain of the Ravenshoe State School. He was also the dux of the school. But for him, like I said, his horizons were so narrow to that rural town. And it was only after he received a device from Lighthouse International that he started to think, wow, I wonder what's out there. And he Googled and found out that there's a university just down the road. And now he's enrolled in a Bachelor of Engineering, which is exactly, it suits him down to a T. He's actually taken that laptop that we gave him to finish high school and now he's using that at James Cook University, which is just terrific. I look forward to catching up with him soon as well. And look, there's thousands and thousands of other stories like that across our organisation, particularly here in Queensland. Some incredible students learning English on their device for the very first time. It's just remarkable. So thank you to all the comments in the chat box as well. Really appreciate everybody's support. This work only happens because of the generosity and the love and affection that we get from everybody. So thank you very much.
Oh, it's wonderful. Lots and lots of questions coming through for you, which is exciting because we've got an active and engaged audience tonight. A lot of people, this is probably a similar question that Brian and Bill have both asked about. How do you get a device for $200? What's it like? And are the devices new or are they pre-loved? I guess those two work together.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the devices are all professionally refurbished digital devices, so either laptops or desktops. So first of all, what we do when we're collecting devices, we do collect donated devices as well and refurb them ourselves. But we make the decision on which devices go where, based really on the specific needs of that particular student or cohort. So for instance, for students in very remote Australia who are traveling hundreds of kilometres to get to school on Monday mornings and leaving on Friday nights, they need a device with some portability. Otherwise, it's just not suitable for them. So we tend to deploy laptops and tablets to those communities. For the many recipients that we have across Cairns and Townsville and those sort of regional metropolitan centres, we provide desktop computers. Now, these devices are absolutely perfect for students in this cohort. So they're all professionally refurbished, which we think is a wonderful thing as well, because over 1 million computers a year go to landfill in Australia. And that's just outrageous. So, every single corporate entity that's watching this event tonight has the power within their own, boardrooms and offices to create such a great impact through this program. And we think we're doing a wonderful thing for the planet as well.
Fantastic. Another couple of really quick questions. Do you provide training as well as that device?
So we don't provide training, but there is the opportunity. For example, we're dealing with that recently resettled African refugee cohort. We're dealing with a very, very low level of digital literacy and digital competency. So for them, we actually go a little bit above and beyond. We take the devices, we go into the families' homes and we set them up for them because it can be quite a daunting task to learn from the beginning. But more broadly, our work in Papua New Guinea, we actually, in partnership with Global Learner, who you'll see in the audience, they've actually developed a wonderful digital skills passport, which takes the user from the very beginnings of opening a laptop or turning on a desktop computer right the way through the basics of digital competency. So we haven't felt the need to deploy that just yet across Queensland, but certainly definitely an option for those students.
Jack, just such an honour to hear you speak, and congratulations on the success of your work thus far. And we wish you so much luck tonight that we will be able to raise some much needed funds so that this project can grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And to everyone in the audience, thank you so much for your time tonight, and all the best to the other two fantastic organisations pitching. Thank you.
You go back now and relax, and we'll speak to you soon. Our second organisation is pitching tonight is Scarf Community Organisation. It's a social enterprise that runs hospitality training, mentoring and paid work experience programs. Since 2010, Scarf has partnered with over 100 Melbourne restaurants to transform hundreds of lives. Here to tell us more is restaurant and training manager Mia Bugti.
G'day everyone. I would like to tell you the story for Scarf Training, but first, cast your mind back when you were 25. What were you doing at that time? You might be at university studying towards your dream career. You might be backpacking overseas. You might be in a share house, living your best life, trying to make the most out of the last $50 in your wallet until the next pay. You might be in the workforce on your way to where you are now. Now, here is some of the story of one of our trainees. He came to Australia seeking safe haven because he had no choice. There was a civil war in his home country. The trip to Australia wasn't easy. It took him a lifetime to get here. So he arrived in Australia 10 years ago in 2011, not being able to find meaningful employment, not being given a chance with many employers who didn't recognize his qualifications from back home, not being connected to this new society he lives in now, feeling hopeless. He heard about SCARF from his caseworker at Red Cross Victoria. He signed up to the SCARF program in 2016, thinking that the training will open doors, open opportunities, training, mentoring, and paid work experience in hospitality. He was on his way. He went through SCARF's 10-week program, getting work experience during SCARF dinners, and 2 weeks after graduating, he was offered a job in hospitality. That opened many doors. And here he is in front of you today, asking for your support for SCARF so that we can together open many doors for people looking for that opportunity to make a start. Let me tell you something about SCARF. We work with young people from asylum seeker, refugee, and migrant backgrounds who have locked out of the job market just because of their backgrounds and circumstances. They face many barriers, complex barriers to employment, including racism and discrimination, not knowing about the Australian work culture, mental health due to trauma, and not having local work experience or references. They don't know where to start looking for a job and feel trapped when they see job ads saying minimum 2 years experience. But how they can get experience when no one will give them a job? Many of the young people who come to SCARF have applied for hundreds of jobs and never got a call back. All this changes when they come to SCARF. For close to 11 years, we've been running front of the house hospitality training programs, which allows newly arrived people to build skills, knowledge, connection, and confidence. SCARF is not a classroom. Our training sessions and the paid work experience we provide through SCARF dinners happen in real restaurants. So trainees get a taste of what it's like to work in hospitality, building up real paid work experience, which can be added to a resume while making lots of supportive connections along the way. The mentoring which happens during the SCARF dinners is very important, giving them an opportunity to learn top tips from hospitality professionals working in the industry for 10 years plus. All this is trainees' confidence grows massively and enables them to find their first job and begin working in hospitality and in Australia. This gives them financial security and allows them to fully participate in the new community. We have run our flagship 10-week program since 2010, and close to 270 young people graduated. And we are proud that 70% of graduates from our 10-week program find employment within 6 months. But running our 10-week program takes a lot of time and resources, and that's why we recently piloted a new short course called Skill Up with SCARF. And that's what brings us to the funding network. In March this year, we ran our first Skill Up with SCARF program, which gave 12 young people access to awesome hands-on coffee training, accredited certificate training, and resume workshop. The practice interview session we ran, which included a round robin of interviews with hospitality business owners and managers, led to 2 offers of employment. It's only been 2 months since we ran the program, but 4 of the graduates are already working. Skill Up with SCARF takes a lot less resources than a 10-week program, but through evaluations, we are seeing real strong outcomes, which is very exciting. So that's why I'm here tonight. We need your help to run 2 Skill Up with SCARF programs, which will provide 24 life-changing opportunities to some of the most vulnerable people in our community. For me, the mentoring, the work experience, all so important to finding my first job and starting my working life in Australia. And from there, I've had an amazing few years of a hospitality career. And then mid last year, began working in the SCARF management team. Now I get to be part of the new trainees coming in, building their skills and confidence and starting their work lives in Australia, as well as building networks and being part of the community. This is how SCARF transformed my life. Please support us and help us transform lives. Thank you.
Mia, thank you so much. That was incredible to hear your presentation and to see your lovely face tonight as well. A whole lot of excitement coming tonight for your program and your pitch. So congratulations on that. And as we did last time, we've got some opportunities now for questions in that Ask a Question section. And I am loving questions are flowing in. Are you ready, Mia?
Yes, please.
It's like a quiz show. You get to buzz in. No. Who are the people who join the SCARF training program and how do they get into the program? Asks Sarah.
So who are the people who join the SCARF training program?
Yeah.
So the people, young people, so from 18 to 26, 18 to 28 from asylum seeker and refugee and migrant backgrounds who are long-term unemployed. We have strong connections with lots of amazing organizations who work with young people who fits SCARF's eligibility.
Wonderful.
Is that what?
Yeah, that's exactly right. How can restaurants get involved as work experience mentoring partners, says us, Katrina.
How can restaurants get involved? Where's experience? The restaurants we get their space. I mean, it's a really tricky and a good question. So restaurants get involved. Work experience is like we take over there when we run our flagship program of 10 weeks. We take the front of the house and we run dinners and training sessions there. So we have got a lot of mentors and people working in those restaurants gets involved with the SCARF program.
Very good. And just one more, specifically about tonight, how will the money be used? You gave us a really good indication of that already, but just really briefly.
Sure. Well, it's a bit of a detailed one. So with our Skill Up program, if we get to raise $20,000, will allow us to run 2 Skill Up SCARF programs, offering 24 training positions to young people who are locked in out of the job market. During the Skill Up SCARF programs, which run for the 3 weeks, trainees get access to hands-on training like coffee making with our partners with 5 Senses. We also do activities where we focus on trainee strength and experience so that they can create a really awesome resume even if they haven't had any experience in Australia, and do resume drop-off role plays, which helps people build their confidence and about asking for a job. If you're able to raise $30,000 tonight, this would allow us to provide post-program job readiness and well-being support for 3 months to all the graduates of these programs, ensuring they have the best chance to continue to build their skills and confidence in finding employment with support from SCARF. And if you raise $40,000 tonight, would provide us 6 months of post-program support, as well as starting to partner with many employers in Melbourne to facilitate ongoing paid work experience opportunities. We've already in talks with some of the amazing hospitality partners like Stomping Ground Beer Hall and 5 Senses about starting an ongoing paid work experience program for SCARF graduates.
Fantastic. And as David has said here, along with so many comments, Mia, go you good thing, Mia. You smashed it.
Thank you.
Make sure you have a read of everybody's support.
I certainly will.
And thank you for joining us tonight. You can go and relax now. Very good. Well, our third organisation tonight, Rough Track, based in New South Wales, leads transformation youth programs for young people who have disengaged with school and their community. Rough Track provides skills, education, and a sense of self-worth for young people. Please welcome David Graham, otherwise known as Farmer Dave, co-founder, to tell us more about the program.
G'day, I'm Dave. I've had the most privileged start to life, growing up 5 hours west of Brisbane on 100,000 acres, with red dust at my feet amongst the beauty of the Brigalow, filled with freedom, with a dog by my side. How good are dogs? I got my dog. I got my dog here. This is Jimmy. But that's not where I am now, and it's not the childhood of too many Australians. Last year, 72,000 young offenders were proceeded against by police. 26,000 kids experienced homelessness, and 1 in 3 kids experience high levels of distress. That's 3 times the levels of a decade ago. The statistics put in black and white the problem. The kids I work with come to us by police due to criminal activity through boredom. They are often expelled or suspended from school due to extreme and ongoing violence. They come from broken homes and split families, and in way too many cases, high levels of drug use. They often don't have working role models, are in extremely unhealthy relationships. They come to us with empty bellies and no place to call home. Of our current intake, one had her baby removed from her within minutes of the birth at 15. One buried his mother last week. He is 12. Another hasn't been at school for years. He is 14. These are kids. And this is the 2020s. This is not the 1820s. These are kids in Australia right now. This is a problem, and Rough Track has a solution. Rough Track is a flexible safety net ensuring kids' well-being and welfare and a safe place to learn skills of resilience, communication, and create a culture of employability. In our community, there was an over 30% reduction in youth crime in our first 12 months. We do this through a circle of courage, which sees a sense of belonging, independence, mastery, and generosity as the foundation for a happy and healthy life. In their first days here at Rough Track Farm, each kid gets a dog. It's their journey mate, their best friend, their confidant. And what we know about dogs is they don't talk much, but they listen a lot. And sometimes as a kid, when you're 13 or 17, you just need to be heard. At Rough Track, we listen. Either here on the farm or at a campfire as we travel around the country, they know where they're going to sleep each night. And it's in their swag with their dog, and they feel safe and secure. Suddenly, when kids have safety and security, they're no longer anxious. They're no longer on tenterhooks, fearing abuse. They're no longer ready to explode. Instead, they are ready to learn. And that's what kids need, right? Rough Track takes the kids into the classroom without walls, be it connecting to country, learning our ancient ways, learning that they are an integral part of the Australian story with control over who they are, with their own voice. Connecting to community during these insane catastrophes. Our Rough Track kids were building fences for landholders devastated by those bushfires. They were helping ensure no family went without food and necessities during the beginning of this crazy pandemic. Supplying truckloads of hampers, or more recently in our own Hawkesbury River floods. They were the boots on the ground on the muddy flats, clearing tons of rubble, rubbish and refuse to ensure that our producers got straight back into production. Our kids become educators, going into hundreds of schools and vacation care centres, teaching thousands of kids about food, fibre and fuel. Connection to country, and of course, everything about dogs. We perform on arenas and stages from the Sydney Royal Easter Show to ag shows. And recently we went out to Goulburn to do a show. And there was a lady so impressed by our kids that she donated $1,000. It paid for 8 kids to totally get away from whatever trauma they were living with or going through, to get away and build their confidence and shine. Rough Track is a solution. We keep kids alive. We keep kids out of prison and we skill them up for a secure future. We get kids back into school, into apprenticeships and into full-time employment. But not all our kids can leave the safety net we provide. Remember, these are kids. Fab Lads is a training and employment enterprise. It completes the circle. It puts these empowered, engaged and educated kids on the right path. In fact, it's a highway to opportunity. It's metal fabrication traineeships in the safety net of Rough Track. For $20,000, we have our workshop completely kitted out. You see, the kids have already built the sheds themselves. We just need the plasma cutter, the expert training, the materials to get us going. And for another $20,000, we can have enough materials and export mentoring to ensure all our kids have skills and confidence. And for a further $20,000, if you can really dig deep, we can ensure sustainability and profitability to feed back into our core programs. Together, we can complete the circle and ensure no kid falls through the cracks.
Dave, thank you so much. I feel like talking quietly because Jimmy is looking very snoozy right
He's
now.
had a big day. We've been making marmalade and he was very effective in the process.
I love the idea of Jimmy making marmalade. Dave, that was just so inspiring to hear the work. It's wonderful to have this opportunity to hear you speak tonight. Thank you so much. And again, lots of love in the chat for you as well. There's some opportunity for you to ask a question if you would like to down the bottom here, and I will ask that. This one, how do you find those young people that connect with this program?
Well, our first cohort were all brought to us by the police. We have a massive waiting list right now, and so every intake, it's a mission. It's not a mission that I take on lightly, and I don't actually do it. We've got a team that decides who can come into the program, but they come everywhere. It's pretty much a last stop shop for case managers, for schools, for bewildered caregivers, for just people that are just struggling with their young person, and just finding that a young person cannot attend school, will not attend school, or is out doing crime. It really is a last stop thing that people are just desperate to try and get into the program.
Lots of questions coming through. This one from Nicholas Yang, who says there are hundreds of programs out there working with disengaged youth and also trying to improve employability. What makes you think that Rough Track Fab Lads works?
The statistics are proof in the pudding of each of our intakes, where we've got kids that are 100% unattending school, or are doing crimes, are proceeded against by police, are in the judicial system, or are coming out of lockup or on the way into lockup. We stop that from happening. We keep them alive, and we keep them out of jail. That's the integral thing, but we skill them up. That's the basis, and we do it through the power of these guys here. Every kid gets a dog, and that's our bridge. The dogs are the bridge between us as adults that don't know what we're talking about. But it gives this highway of communication, and it allows us to communicate effectively with the kids, because, well, these guys, they're our tools.
It's a phenomenal idea. And one of the questions here from LJ Locke, one of the board members, do the kids have to leave the dogs behind when they leave the program?
So the kids, when they leave the program, they've got everything they needed from us. They've created their own safety nets, their own skill base. They've got their toolkit absolutely chock-a-block full with everything they need for life. The stuff that we take for granted, I took for granted, my incredibly privileged life gave to me from the outset. And they don't need their dog anymore. It's kind of like a little kid needs his blankie, a little kid needs his dummy, a little kid needs to be held often. But soon enough, you don't. You get potty trained, and you're able to do things on your own. So the dogs do stay in the program, and willingly, the kids love that, because the dog is there for another kid who wants to make that transformation one paw at a time.
Wonderful. So many questions. I'll ask you one more and let you and Jimmy have a little snooze. How many kids do you support per year?
So it does fluctuate. Obviously, COVID times has changed things a lot. We have an intake of 6 per term. So of a 10-week term, we take in 6. So that's 24 per year.
Huge. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's just, again, such an honor to hear you speak. And thank you so much for your work. And fingers crossed we can do some good work ourselves this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, Jimmy. That was a fun visit from a little dog. Well, this is fun. This is where we get to actually have a brilliant time together. What incredible stories from 3 amazing individuals making a real impact in their community. As Janine says, very powerful. Let's see if we can work together now to raise some of that much needed money and donations to support their efforts. Here's how the pledging is going to work. And I do know that some of you are here for the first time because I read the polls. We're going to invite an advocate for each of the program up to the screen to kick off the pledging. And then we're going to open it up to everyone watching here tonight. This is so much fun. So you have to sit tight for another minute or so. And I can tell some of you are obviously very itching to get pledging right now. But to make a pledge, what you will end up doing is entering your name and the amount that you want to pledge in the chat box. And I'm going to read it out. Don't worry if I miss your pledge. We'll go back through the chat box and make sure everyone's pledge is counted. But I'm skilled. I'm Dr. Pledge Reader Routerer. I've skilled up. I'm ready to go. and I hopefully won't miss anybody. We're going to go through each program in the same order that they presented tonight. So please save your pledge until we're collecting for that program. And don't worry, you can make as many pledges as you want. And when we're done, we're going to do a quick second round just in case anyone wants to make some final pledges. Brian, ready to spend my money. That's the kind of positive commentary we love in our... And as LJ Locke has just noticed, I did say Dr. Pledge, Rita Rauterer. All pledges are tax deductible. Pledges start from just $100. There's no upper limit, so don't be shy. But this is about what we can do together. It's not about the amount of money. It's about the fact that we are going to put our money together for some of these incredible projects tonight. If you're having any tech issues or you prefer to give privately, you can also text your pledge to the number posted in the chat room. And then as a TFN is a charity too, in agreement with the presenting organisations, we retain 10% of the total raised to make more events like these possible. Okay. Our event partner, Accenture, along with Vivcorp Trading and Corporate Match 2.0, have made the generous offer to match a total of $45,000. So this means that every pledge will be matched up to $15,000 per organisation. It's such a good opportunity to leverage your donations. So don't forget that it's almost the end of the financial year. So it's a very, very good time to maximize those end of year deductions. All right, let us start with Lighthouse International and their advocate, a real doctor, Nathan Groenhout. I can feel that. There he is.
Hi. Thanks, Jacinta. And thank you to all three presenters. What an amazing set of stories. I'm very pleased to be here tonight to advocate on behalf of Jack and Lighthouse International. So when I first met Jack on a flight from Brisbane to Sydney in 2019, I could not have imagined how a simple offer, just to stay connected and reach out for assistance, could create such impact. Since that very first chance encounter, I've been amazed and inspired by the passion with which Jack, as you saw tonight, and the whole Lighthouse International team go about their work. Lighthouse is all about impact, positively impacting the lives of students, their families, and their communities. Recently being able to see 20 computer labs delivered to the Western Highlands of Papua New Guinea during the pandemic, pivoting at the height of the lockdown last year to support remote and regional high school students in Queensland by providing their own digital devices, and then seeing the scale and reach of the organisation grow exponentially has been absolutely wonderful. As Jack has said tonight and often says, a quality education can only be a digital education in today's world. And Lighthouse International is bridging that digital divide. So I'd like to kick things off tonight and pledge $500 to Lighthouse International. Thank you.
Thank you. And you'll see already that wonderful donation has now doubled to $1,000. How much fun is that? Thanks so much. What we're going to do is now ask you to join us in pledging. Govinda Pandey has already understood how to play this game very well. $1,000. Thank you very much. Is it Al? It is Al. Alda, $250. Thank you very, very much. As Brian says, access to digital has been shown to make a significant impact in alleviating disadvantage. David Bennett, $1,000. Thank you very much. And look at that. Already we are scaling the heights. Greatly appreciated already those such very, very generous donations. As you can see, you just pop it in the chat, pops up, and we have a incredible doubling effect, which is always very good. Alan English met Jack for lunch last week, so he can't be here tonight, but he's asked to pledge $200 if he can get a match from another Queenslander. We've got Queenslanders out there. Osborne Family Fund, $500. Thank you very much from Mark there. Brian, $250. Thank you very much, Brian, not only for your enthusiasm and your encouragement, but also a wonderful pledge from you as well. We are looking for a Queenslander who's ready to put their state on the map. Us here in Victoria are less enthusiastic right now, but if you're a Queenslander, you must be feeling pretty good about where you are. $200 to get a match there, but really we are asking for all sorts. Jessie, thank you very much. $100. I love it. Julie Longs from Accenture says, I'll donate $300 if 3 other people who forgot to take a mask out today donate $100. Yes, it has been a little hard to remember. Real Dorrington, one of my colleagues will be very happy to hear that you are $100 from you and Lockie D. Very exciting. Patrick and Hugh Watson, $275. Thank you very much. Trinity, $100. No masks here in Perth. I hope you're enjoying it. We do not feel any feelings at all. We're very happy for you, although it's shocking. True, Trinity. Tanya T says $100. And why is Trinity in Perth? I love it when the chat box ends up being conversations between you that I narrate for you. We'll find out soon from Trinity why she's in Perth. Dania Consulting pledges $100. Thank you very much. This one here, Kathy says, I'm in Melbourne, not Queensland, is wishing I was there enough. Oh, Kathy, yes. Pledging $200. And we are with you very much right now as we sit cold in a state where we are locked in houses. Thank you, Kathy, very much. Lisa Jones, $100. Thank you, Lisa. $100, no mask, but found one in the bottom of the bag. Lucky, Andrea. Very good. The Peel Fund. We'd say thank you very much, $1,000 there. Oh, and I turn over and just, oh my goodness, $12,350 is what we have raised thus far. Give someone in your lounge room a high five, even if they don't know what's going on. My sister's wedding was on Saturday, managed to fly in right before the border closed. That's information for you if you were wondering why Trinity is in Perth right now. $100 from Julie. Thank you, Julie. I'll donate in solidarity with our Victorian friends. Join me, Sydney-siders. Yes, please. And happy birthday, Trinity, and happy wedding as well. Julie's very pleased with the Peel Fund. Thank you very much. The lovely LJ Locke, I'll donate $100 if someone else sitting in front of a keyboard matches. Surely there must be someone. I think that's everyone, LJ Locke. Surely. $1,000 from the wonderful John Grenshaw. Thank you very much. Wow. $14,750. I just love knowing that there are lovely people like Jack watching this right now. Sarah says, I'll donate $100 if 3 people who've had a holiday cancelled due to lockdown also donate $100. That's the $100 that you didn't have to pay for the taxi to get anywhere. Trinity's very happy and is dancing. $600 from Gabriel Slade. Thank you so much for that contribution. Erina, beautiful name. You're such a superb. Oh, thank you. Appreciate your commentary. $200 to help round Gabby up to $1,000. When teams work together, it is a beautiful thing. That is what makes us a community. $16,550. Don't worry if Jacinta missed your pledge. Did I miss a pledge? I just don't believe it's possible. I'm a doctor of reading, outering the pledgerers. $16,550 is incredible. Chloe has said, hand on heart, I'm a Queenslander. We'll match Alan's $200. Thank you, Chloe. Putting your hand up, sharing that with the group this afternoon. Very strong move and very appreciated. $200 taking us to $16,950. You know that we have $15,000 worth of matched funding, which would take us all the way to $30,000. So all we need to do is find half of that to double that, if you know what I mean. It gets confusing and a little hard. Lockdown is a confusing state of mind. $16,950. Lighthouse, as we heard from Jack earlier in the evening, an incredible organization doing very important work. Chloe, Tessa English will add another $100 in. Thank you very much, Tessa English. $500 from Nimnuet in, where are we? Papua New Guinea? You are a legend, Jack. So blessed to be working with you. Thank you very, very much. That's from David Valentine, is that right? $18,150 right now. Incredible. As you know, we whip through. If you've got, thousands and thousands of dollars just sitting beside you right now, now is the time to mention that little bit of information. We're raising money for equity of access to our digital world and therefore access to so much opportunity, leveling the playing field as much as is possible. And that's done so profoundly through the use of technology. Lighthouse, $250 for Jack and team, says Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, which is really me right now. I've taken over your identity very pleasingly. Sigrun says, is having tech issues. Oh, Sigrun, $100. Hopefully you can see us in some way through the screen. And as you'll see, Sigrun, bang, it doubles up on the screen. $18,850 is a really nice way to spend the last 5 minutes of our evening. If you've just done this for the first time, this is how much fun it is, because you just see a huge amount of money being raised for the incredible projects that have been selected to present this evening. And there it is. Then you go and you know that the money that you have raised is going to be paid forward in many, many, many times again. We'll give this a little bit more time. Lighthouse, $18,850. The English Family Foundation, another $100, but they want a few matches to buy a computer. We can do this together. Yes, this is what it's about. Andrew, thank you. Chapman, $300, $100 for each year I lived in Central Queensland. I like the way you think, Andrew Chapman. Thank you very much. I think that's Heather and Bill Webster. Is that right? Thank you very much, Heather and Bill. $1,500. Huge contribution. Thank you. That's just already gone to now, obviously, a $3,000 increase, $22,650. Julie saying, hello, Heather and Bill. Lovely to see you here. We all feel like that. I do imagine you two with your slippers on at home. $500 from Ashley, Lighthouse board member. Thank you, Ashley, and congratulations on your work as well. Brilliant. Ashley Finn there, $23,650 is very exciting. I'm feeling though, I've got a vibe that there is a little bit more that we can raise for the incredible work that Jack is doing in our good name. Bill, lovely to see you, Bill. Thank you for joining us, another wonderful board member. $400, and I encourage anyone watching that has never pledged to pitch in a hungy, as Bill would like to say, to get their feet wet. It feels good. You're so right, Bill. It feels good to pitch a hungy in. Just a little hungy. $24,450 is what Bill has helped us escalate to. And it's going to feel nice to say hungy one more time if anyone would like to throw that down. That would give me an utter thrill. I've never seen that word spelt before. Who knew it had a J and an I and an E? But it definitely does, doesn't it? I think you've done very well. You could have gone a double E at the end of that. But at this point, unless there's anyone else that wants to take you on, that is officially the spelling of hungy. I could keep talking like this for a long time, which is not a good skill. $100. Anyone wants to go halves with me at a computer, I'll pledge a hungy with a match, says Ali Hewitt from TFN. Thank you very much, Ali. $100 hungy for Ali, if anyone wants to join forces, and you know I'm going to love it. $24,650 schmackerels is what we have raised so far for Lighthouse. Julie saying, hi, Ali. Your boss, Julie, will match you if a TFN board member double matches. That is such a confusing and wonderful proposition, Julie. I love it when you make things hard and fun at the same time. So we need a TFN board member to double match. David Valentine says, I got you. I think the hands do that in that emoji. Thank you, David Valentine. So that's a double match. Is that a double match, David? So Julie's on 100. I'm not sure where we are, but I think there are smarter people than I who are adding up the figures in the background. $25,050 is very exciting. We've added 100 for Julie and David. Great. Jordan's happy. Doesn't matter. And I am Jordan and Jordan is me. We are one force of nature this evening, and it feels good. I have achieved so much as Jordan in my life. Jordan, that is $200 for you then. Okay. Also, no, Jordan is actually adding. Thank you. Trinity's weighed in just with the question. Was that $100 from Jordan? Jordan is just happy with whatever's going on right now. I can speak on behalf of Jordan because I am Jordan, and we're happy with that. Well done, Julie. Susan, $250 from Ninuet in PNG. Thank you very much, Susan. Sorry about my pronunciation. Wonderful. $25,950. Do we have a hunji? Sorry, I will get over that, but that was just a joyful moment that I had there with Bill and the hunch. $250. I'm not saying that again. $25,950. We're so close to the match funding. I have to agree that my flag knowledge was also pretty good. I got nervous. I dived in. I was going to blame eyesight if it didn't pan out as well as it luckily did. There we go. $25,950. We're very close to achieving our match funding goal. We're happy to move on because this is an absolutely incredible outcome for Lighthouse so far. We will do a second round, but if there's any tiny amount more that you sort of feel like, I love it when Rob Caldoulis is in the house. Rob Caldoulis, he said, I would like to top it up by $4,000. We love that, Rob. Thank you so much. It's so fun when Rob plays with us in this way. $31,975 is incredible. And David, thank you. Newnet, thank you very much to give me that phonetic understanding. I will be very respectful of that pronunciation from here on in. This is exciting. $31,975. I can feel the spirit of Jack and the excitement that we're feeling. Lots of love. Thank you so much, everyone. See, I told you I could feel Jack. Wow, too many people to thank. This is just incredible. This is just the start. We will do another little round, but lots of fun. Outstanding capitals from Jack, which is, you know your feelings when you go for caps lock for the entire word. It's very exciting. Is it almost time for us to move to our second organization? One more little moment. Oh, this is what happens. Gabrielle Slade says, no, just a second, because I love keeping my numbers even, $125. Gabrielle, you know how many people appreciate you doing that. We thank you. Thank you so much. So that takes us to $32,100. Very exciting, isn't it? Is this so much fun? I told you it was fun. Now we get to move on to our second organization. We're pledging now for the Scarf Community Organization, and their advocate who's going to join us on the screen right now is Lisa Jones.
Hello, everyone. I used to work in war zones and have witnessed firsthand the unimaginable loss and trauma that refugees have experienced. Back home, I've witnessed the discrimination and misunderstanding that make relentless demands on their extraordinary resilience. I came to SCARF as a diner, a really special experience. You can almost taste the trainees' enthusiasm and sense of accomplishment. What's less visible is SCARF's significant investment in ongoing support, guidance, connecting, job counselling, which helps when the highs of program achievements risk fading. Because while barriers to employment remain, SCARF provides and continues to hold in place a springboard for graduates like Mia to leap over that wall, land securely on their own 2 feet, and step confidently into the future. An amazing effort by all of the pitchers tonight. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. For SCARF, I pledge $300. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lisa Jones. And you'll see as well how much fun this game is when it doubles as beautifully as it does. So well spoken. Thank you for joining us this evening. That takes us to $600, and thus we begin pledging for SCARF and the wonderful work that we heard from Mia earlier in the evening. Govinda, I love how quickly you get on. Thank you very much. $200, which kicks us right up to $1,000. Kirsty, to you as well, I thank you. $200, an incredible bang, $400 now added to the collection. SCARF, as you know, and there was so much excitement and enthusiasm for the work that they do. Gabriel Slade, thank you, $500 to add to that total. Thank you so much. And again, it's exciting to see it double the way it does. Dania Consulting, $250. Thank you very much, Kristen, for putting that down. Jane Gronow is $100. Thank you very much, Jane. I got very excited, didn't I? That was a huge reaction. But you deserve it, Jane. Every part of my excitement was well-deserved for you. As Trinity said, so excited to see this support for SCARF and Mia. Isn't it fun? How is this virtual? It feels like we're all really together somehow. $250, thank you so much, Al, for SCARF. Great cause. And as Kristen reminds us, if you want to play in a different way, 0447 655 245 is a number you can text. But it is awfully fun to do it as a community here tonight in a strange little text box on a strange computer screen, and somehow it feels like we are part of a big world together. Nathan Jones, Nathan and Nikki, $150. Well done, Mia, they say. Karina, $100. Thank you, Karina. Joe, $100 SCARF, and thank you. We say thank you to you, Joe, very, very much. Frank Chiller, always good to see you, Frank. Wonderful cause and a beautiful use of a semicolon, Frank. $100. Hunji, as Bill would like to say. My name is Shanaz. I'm listening on Jessie's laptop, and I pledge $200. Thank you, Shanaz, and thank you so much for giving me a pronunciation there. I appreciate it very much. Leslie Grenshaw, $500. That's via John. Thank you, Leslie, very much for that this evening. Katrina, $100. Would love a match from anyone who started out in hospitality. And I'm looking at you, because did we not all somehow have many, many, many years working in the wonderful world of hospitality that leads sometimes straight to itself and sometimes onto other incredible adventures in life? That's a great idea. $6,100 is where that takes us. Jack says, let's get behind Mia. I'm matching $200. Jack, if someone can cough that up. Beautifully said, Jack. Trinity says $100. Hands up, hospo. Jessie, on Jessie's laptop. I love the sharing. $100, Jessie. You did very nice to see that. An SMS from Mangala Martinez, $200 in lieu of all the coffees he's going to forego. That is wonderful. LJ Locke, $100 matching. Bit of a hospo start here as well. And Bill says, I will match you, Jack. Bill, it was your opportunity to say to me, Hunji, This one from Julie Long from Accenture. Thank you very much, Julie. I'll match Jack's $200. Thank you, Julie. $100 from Denise and Maroon Musa. Thank you very much for that. Jack is just like dancing in the chat box. That's what I'm imagining anyway. Happy days with an exclamation mark. Feels like a dance. Oh, I like your I like your plate and fork. $100 from Claire Chen. Thank you, Bill. Was that a 200? Did I miss that? Okay, so Bill, did you get that Bill did a 200, not a 100 back before? Hopefully we did. Thank you very much. Hunji from me says, real. That was one of my favorite slang words. It's so good. Jordan says, I'm going to match Julie's 200 or in the other parlance, 2 hungies. Thank you, Jordan. Jordan, Jacinta, same person. Tara Brennan, Jacinta, I'm pledging 2 hungi if you can name that flag. It's not Jamaica, is it? I don't think it is. 200 for Bill. We got that. Yep, Katrina, hospo for me too, says Kathy, 200. Am I right, Tara? I don't think I'm right. $150. Great job, Mia. Well done, sir, for tonight and all the work you guys do. Thank you very much for that recognition, Paul. 275 from Patrick and Hugh Watson. I love it when you make things exciting like that. That takes us to $10,950. $500. John Grenshaw. Thank you, sir. That is wonderful. 200 from Trish Henderson. I wasn't given clearance to say that, but I did. $100 with love from me for all your fabulous work, Arena Redden. Thank you very much. Arena or Arena. $12,550. It's exciting. We're getting a little momentum moving right now. And all of our contributions together come to a place. Peter Moore, 250 here. Great cause, says Peter. I agree, Peter. Come on, everybody. Where are the big fat pledges? Says Sarah Webb, not mincing her words. Just right out there. Let's not muck around, says Sarah. Where is it all? Oh, this is I don't know why I find this so joyful, but David Bennett, 500 from the Bennett Family Foundation. Imagine if anyone goes back through this and it's like, what happened to those people that night if we were archived? Yes, Helena and Stan pledged $250 and say, well done, Mia. Oh, hang on a second. The Weatherall Family Foundation, that's $5,000, or in our speak session language, that's 50 hungies. Brilliant, Liv and Weatherall Family Foundation. And I was also just saying, Helena and Stan, thank you so much for yours as well. It was Ethiopia, says Tara. I'm so sorry. But she's still going to pledge 200, even though I got that wrong. Please don't test me on my flags. Although in year 8, I did wear coloured ribbons for all the flags of the world, different flag every day. That's who you're dealing with tonight. This is what happens to a young girl who does that. Live well. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome Weatherall Family Foundation. Sarah, I do think you inspired that. $300, cause coffee good. Yes, Andrew Chapman, that's all you need to say to us. Ann Johnson, $1,000. Very good. Julie, $300 from Mangala again. He loves the hungies. We all love the hungies. That's not how you spell hungies, though, Julie. It's with a J. That Bill made it up. It's J-I-E-S. I have to get it right. But we thank you so much for all of that. $100, what a great initiative, says Kath. Thank you, Kath, keeping us on point here. Mia and the wonderful work in supporting skills development and, again, equity of access is so, so vital. $100 for my Irish education, says Julie. No, Julie, it was like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, Julie. It's a new word in terms of it being kind of put down on piece of paper and how we spell it. Brian wants to know that might be the Irish spelling, and we accept you, Julie, very much and embrace you. $28,150 is extraordinary. Hang on a minute. That's brilliant. for Scarf. I was just so inside the Hungy chat that I didn't fully take notice of how far we have come together this evening. $28,150. And Julia says, no, it's more than that. It's $500 from Julia, which puts us on a precipice of great excitement at $29,150. Big smiles on my face this evening. We are in lockdown, but will I say something really cheesy? Our hearts are not locked down. Just to pause for a bit of impact there. Julia, $500. Very good. $29,150 is where we are. From Sigran, $200 with a hospitality background anchored in her heart. Very good. Fantastic. Heather and Bill, we love you. $2,500. That's fantastic. LJ Locke says, yes, it was cheesy, but worthy. We're in a safe space right now. Cheesy is really important. Heather and Bill, thank you so much. $2,500. It's taking us to $32,275. And then the Peel Fund. We love you, Peel Fund. $3,000 coming from the Peel Fund this evening. That is so exciting. Thank you so much. $35,275. I can feel Mia in the world right now. $100 an ode to my days waiting tables at the Olive Garden. That sounds awfully romantic, Kristen. I bet it wasn't, though. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, the Peels. It was not romantic, says Kristen. No, it wouldn't have been. But thank you for using that time in your life for now good going forward. $35,375. I know there's a few of us around here that feel very uncomfortable with that number. Sarah, I'm so happy, Sarah, that you're happy with that. Everyone is so generous. Bill is happy, and we're happy when Bill is happy. Kristen says, I'll match you. No, Julie says, the Rock Garden Lock, $100 from me. Thanks to you on your second year TFN anniversary. How beautiful. Thank you. $35,475. It's true, LJ. It is enormously joyful, very sincerely, to see how a community can get together, even in a virtual realm, and find a way to support projects that are doing work on our behalf. $35,475 for Scarf. I am feeling nervous about the number, but I can live with it if you can live with it. But I'm just asking you, can you live with it? 475, you know what I'm saying? But that's, I'm here to support you in how you feel. It's not about me. For $35,475. And what do they say in the professional world? Are you done? Is that how we feel? It's incredible. Andrea Heffernan, you absolute doll, $125. That takes us to $35,600. Andrea, thank you. That will help so many people who find uneven numbers very difficult be able to sleep tonight, which is very important. $35,600 raised for an incredible project. Scarf. Mia, I hope you're watching and getting excited. We will come back around for a second round as well this evening, but that is just so wonderful. I am so thrilled and so excited. Okay. Oh, hang on. Karen says $400, please. So I think that will be added in the background. So excited. Hannah Brennan from Scarf is just so excited as well. Yes, I'll add it. Great. Okay. Let's get on to our last program where we can support Rough Track. Let's invite their advocate, Danica Winterton, to speak. And I can see a beautiful doggy there as well, Danica.
Hi, how you going? Hi, so I guess thought I'd just share a little story about Rough Track. So I'm a caseworker and I work with a young Aboriginal boy in particular. Last year he had a really challenging year. He ended up in juvenile justice. He's in out-of-home care. He had a placement breakdown. He was expelled. A lot of really horrible things, and I guess we were kind of lost with how to help and support him. And then I guess along came Rough Track, and in particular Dave. I guess I can't really speak highly enough about the project. I think not only are they an educational program, but they're a holistic service and probably the best holistic youth service that I've ever come across. This young person is now fully engaged in the program. They're not in the juvenile justice system. They're working on a TAFE course, built connections, and I guess he just says that Rough Track is basically like his family, and he's got a sense of belonging. And I guess when you look at things in the big scheme of things, that's what kids really need. They need someone to love and care for them. And I think that Rough Track has done an amazing and incredible job at doing that for not only this young person, but many, many young people. And I guess to kick off the pledge to try to get more funding for their Fab Lads program, I will kick off with $300. So thank you.
More importantly, thank you very much for that. Lovely to see you tonight. And thank you for that incredible contribution. $300, it takes us already to $600. We are now pledging for Rough Track and the wonderful work that we heard earlier from David Graham. As Julie Long says, makes me cry. There was lots of tears during that when Jimmy joined us on screen. $300 from Brian. Thank you very much. $300 as well from Paul B. Thank you to the two of you. Bill just saying thumbs up, Danica, for your advocacy. $1,800 is what we've done, and it's just a lovely way to start. What can we do for Rough Track and for all those wonderful humans who found it hard to connect with school, mainstream school, but have got a lot of potential. Julia Coleman, $100. Thank you, Julia, very much. Nicholas Yang, $500. Thank you very much, Nicholas, for that this evening. And as you can see, that just doubles. And we're already sitting on $3,000 for Rough Track. Osborne Family Fund, $250 for Dave and $250 for his dog, Jimmy. People were very impressed with you, Jimmy, if you're watching. 200 says Jordan and me for Dave and Jimmy and team. And there's Trish Henderson as well, $200. And, of course, $275 from Patrick and Hugh Watson. We love a Patrick and Hugh Watson, $275 so much. Leslie Grenshaw, $1,000. Thank you, Leslie, enormously for your support. Mangala would like to get the dog vibe started with $100 if he can get a few doggy lover matches. Indeed. Kirsty from Kennard's Hire Foundation, we support Backtrack, which is the mentor program for Rough Track. Amazing work by Farmer Dave. We would like to donate $1,000 from my Kovacs family. Thank you very, very much. $100 for a great Aussie bush accent, says Brian. Beautifully articulated earlier by Dave. Or are you talking about mine, Brian? I can sing, no, I'm not going to. $100 from Miss Anise for Jimmy. Hello to you out there. I know Jimmy's very happy about that. We're long-term supporters of Backtrack, which the Rough Track model is based on, and it gets incredible results. $4,500 from the Grace and Emilio Foundation to spread this incredible model across New South Wales. Wow, incredible. Thank you so much. That's so exciting. $100 for Rough Track and a call out to anyone with pet contacts to send supplies for all the puppies. What a great thing to do. That's from Sally Coldrick. Thank you very much. $250 from me and my rescue Kelpie. Hello, Bella. How you going, Bella? Anise is a bichon. I thought Anise was a human and a bit in love with Jimmy. You never know what might happen. Dania Consulting, $100. Thank you very much. Claire Chen, $100, potentially looking for a match from fellow pup owners. And with puns like that, Claire, no one could resist you. $200 for Rough Track. We desperately need a similar program in Townsville. Govinda says, thank you very much yet again, Govinda, for your support. $100 for my dog Cooper, matching Claire's pun. Beautiful, Clessy. What a pun can do, the power of a pun. Rough Track rocks, says Terry. Thank you, Dave, Jimmy, and everyone in the program, $100. Remember, you can pledge with that number that you can see on the screen via your text message, if that's how you like to roll in the world. Carlos Salteri has SMS'd a donation of $500. Thank you. If we can find any matches out there, Carla would just walk with a bit of a step, bit of a little bounce in her walk. $100 from Denise and Maroon. Thank you very much. $200 from Freya Johnson and Warwick Johnson. Good team, you two. Thank you very much. $100. Thanks for being there. Rough Track, says Lisa Johns. I love Backtrack, and now I love Rough Track. $1,500 from the Bennett Family Foundation. More dog lovers. Gabby S, says Paul, wondering. Bill says he's going to match Carla, and was Carla a 500? There's a 500 for our wonderful Bill Marison. Listen. Is matching Carla. $26,650 is what we have done in the blink of an eye. An incredible, incredible outcome. So good. I'm just checking my little notes there. $26,650. It feels good. It's only Tuesday night. It is very close to the end of year. A ton from me. Hopefully I've got that slang right. Real, not exactly. $100. Hanji. Because a ton, isn't that? I'm not going to say it out loud. Frank Chiller, you are so good. Thank you very much. Thanks for the amazing work. Rough Track, says Frank. $100 from Frank. $26,850. We heard from Dave earlier how far money can go with this organisation and what they are able to do. Trinity has found a very appropriate emoji for this occasion. Thank you, Trinity. $100. And Sandra, Carla's mum, Sandra Salteri, has said, look, how about $1,500 and a thank you from me? Well, we thank you very much, Sandra and Carla as well for that. Gabrielle Slade pledges $1,200. Every kid needs a second chance. Absolutely. Bill's accepting a Bradman, a ton. I don't know. Oh, yeah, a ton. Okay, a hungy are all good. Bill is in charge this evening of our vernacular. $200 from Stuart. If anyone can guess who our dog Dusty is named after, I know the answer to that. Thanks, Bill. Agree. I'm going to say Dusty Martin. There we go. Stuart, thank you. $100. Thanks for embracing our youth. Rough Track, amazing, says Joe. Dustin Hoffman. I'm just reading out answers. Paul B. Could be. Imagine if it is. Dustin Hoffman. That'd be what a great dog. The whole name, Dustin Hoffman. Maids after a tiger, Julie. Slim, Dusty, says Brian. Slim, a great Australian. Thank you, Julie, says David. 200 proxy from Mangala for his dog. Thank you very much. Thanks, Julie, for putting that through. Dustin Martin, did we get an answer? What is the dog? Oh, we're going to find out in a moment from Julie. $1,000 for Jimmy and his amazing dog mates that do an incredible job transforming these kids' lives with the dog lovers match. $1,000. Michael saying, come on, come at him. Please match his $1,000 with some excitement. We've hit $32,825, and I know we've got more. $100, says Tanya. Named, oops, don't know. And Joe is guesting Dusty Springfield. Does anybody, did anyone get it right? $1,000, says John Grenshaw. Thank you, John, very, very much. So many Dusties, but we are Tiger fans. It is a Dusty Martin. Good on you, Julie. What can you do if you're a Richmond fan? How many dogs would be called Dusty? and cats, I reckon. $33,925 thus far for Rough Track. Sarah says, I will donate $100 if a Richmond Football Club supporter will match me. We are really... Okay, hang on. Rob Caldoulis, who is the wonderful founder and CEO of VivCourt, who are incredible supporters of tonight. He's also the founder of CM 2.0, has said hungies for Rough Track. I don't know how many hungies. I don't know. How did you maths? 100 hungies. How much is that? Is that $10,000? Is that? I don't. It's. Love you, Rob, because you throw a little twist in the story. And then underneath that, we're going to find out in a moment. $5,000 for the Peel Fund. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that is so incredible. $49,025. Julie says, "Oh yes, me. I'll match you, Sarah." Where are we with Sarah? Oh, Sarah, the $100. Thank you very much, Julie. Bill says, "Good, Rob." Thank you, John. Yes, Bill says that's $10,000. Did you, Rob? I got really confused. It's too exciting. Oh my goodness. David is there saying, "This is insane. I'm here with two of our Rough Track kids. Hello." And we're just blown away by this generosity. Rob Caldoulis, who is more part of this evening's generosity than just he himself in terms of VivCourt and CM 2.0 as well. Incredible. And thank you. Jane Gronow says $100. Thank you, Jane, for your wonderful work with these children. Andrea, I think you're just confirming Rob's match and you're not putting that in yourself, but we'll just find out. LJ is crying, which we love. It is really emotional, isn't it? And incredible to see, in a very sincere note, the great generosity and how this works together. Marcus Gray, 5 Point Foundation, $200. Thank you very, very much. Coming through, Diana, there. Lots of love. David says, OMG, Rob. Thank you, Rob. We have an emoji. We have capitals. We have a whole lot of stuff. Oh, Carla Salteri will join you, Rob, with another $1,000. Carla, thank you. The wonderful Katrina has got goosebumps, as do we all. It's just so much fun. David has just got caps lock on now. The Salteris are my favorite family. Rob, that is a beautiful thought. Thanks, Marcus. Love your work. Oh, I think I've gone out of focus just with the excitement of it all. How does that happen? The camera's absolutely freaking out. $50,325. I won't be cheeky. Will I be cheeky? To see if we can come to some arrangement here to get us to a nice even number. But oh my goodness, are we all blown away at this little juncture in our evening? Bill says the Doris Day look, a little bit of fuzziness on the screen. It probably helps things enormously. $50,325 is an incredible round of fundraising thus far. Let us see how we may go. Are we done and dusted? Are we done and dusty Martined, perhaps? You can see I'm very good at reading out the pledges, aren't I? The doctor of reading out the pledgeranas. Andrew says the Caldoulises are my favorite family, and I haven't even met you yet. Goodness me. Wait for that moment. That's going to be very exciting. Bill's happy. Claire. Oh, Claire Chen. You are so, so good. $175 to round it up. Trinity has just given us emojis to explain our feelings. $50,500. Thank you, everybody, for your incredible contribution. Janine says, not done yet. $300. Thank you. Sally, you're speaking for all of us. What an incredibly meaningful way to spend a night in lockdown in Melbourne. Just think how many lives tonight will collectively impact. Hashtag goosebumps, indeed. I agree. So much joy. Come on, everyone. Mr. G. I don't know what that means, but I'm into it as well. How exciting. Let's go. And we're going to see if we can find, well, he and I are one, but let's hope we can separate into two entities this evening and see if we can get Jordan back on the screen. But before that, Nicholas Yang says $200, please. Thank you, Nicholas Yang. Jordan, I'm going to see if I can conjure you in some way and pull you forward through the, Mr. G, volunteer maths teacher. That's exciting. Okay. Are we pulling Jordan through? I don't know how doesn't feel like it's working. If anyone has got any magic or any way that might happen, maybe some of the rough track kids, if you can work your ways. Let's see if we get Jordan maybe a little bit later in the evening. Oh, that's so good. Mr. G, the maths teacher, gives his time every Monday, no matter where we are or what we are doing. He is there. I love it. Just trying to keep up. Nicholas says, beautiful. All right, let's go. Now, as you saw, we did an incredible job. Let's have a look at where we are with all of our organizations. We see that Lighthouse, $32,100, incredible. Scarf, $36,000, incredible. And Rough Track, $50,700. What we're going to do really quickly, just to make sure that you're like, well, actually, at the end of the day, I really wanted to make sure that I gave some extra money. This is your opportunity. But have a look. We've just raised $118,800. Hungaroonies coming out everywhere. Let us do a second round, shall we? We'll do them in the same order that we did them last time, and we'll do them. You were beautifully ordered last time we did them. Thank you very much for following the rules of engagement. Let's take pledges. Round 2 for Lighthouse. We heard from the wonderful Jack earlier about just incredible work of ensuring that everybody has access to technology. We know how vital that is, how incredibly important it is that we ensure that in everybody's hands is a way that they can equal the playing field. Kristen says $200 for a device for a kid in need. Thank you so very much for that, Kristen. That's brilliant. $32,300 is where we are. We'll just do a really quick round. So we won't spend too long on each of these because we do feel enormously grateful and excited for where we've already found ourselves. But if you have got a little bit of extra money for Lighthouse, now is the time to share that information. No longer make that a secret. Let's keep it together. $100 from the English Family Foundation. Anyone want to add a zero to buy a few computers would be greatly appreciated. $32,400. Andrew Chapman says, you know what? $500 for that great work. I'm feeling Jack. I'm feeling the love. Sean Candler, great to see you. Sean Candler family, $500 for all those kids doing it hard in lockdown. Thank you. $1,000 from Accenture Australia. Digital inclusion is so important. Jordan, $200 because mine isn't working tonight, but Jacinta is channeling me perfectly. Is this how we wear our hair now, Jordan? Do you like the look? Incredible. Thank you very much, Jordan. And as we are one person, I will also like to pledge $100 to Lighthouse from me. Just to you, because I think the work is amazing. And Jordan and I are a team. Thank you very much. Jacinta, $100. You seem like a lovely person. Let's see, $34,700. Let's see how we go. We've got only a couple more moments with Lighthouse to make lots and lots of children have the same access that everyone deserves. Give you just one more moment there. Jack, can you place one of your computers to Jordan, says Andrea. Bit of refurbishing going on might be a wonderful idea. Okay, I feel like unless we want to round up and make the world a very pleasant and joyful place, $34,700 is where we are. I will leave it a little beat. Hannah Brennan from Scarf, thank you so much. $100 there, going $34,700. It's very wonderful and generous of you, not only doing work with Scarf, but also contributing to Lighthouse. Thank you very much. 34,800. It's awfully precarious, isn't it? Jenny says $100 from Sunny, the Tuck family dog. Oh, hi, Sunny. Sunny. Janine. Oh, no, Julie says 100 from me for anyone who will match me and wish Trinity a happy birthday. I'll sing. Rob and your wonderful family. Archie, another wonderful Caldulas. Hi, Archie. Would like to donate $2,000. And this is part of how wonderful and joyful it is to share this with our families, not just, in boardrooms elsewhere. This is something that we all become involved in. Thank you, Archie Caldulas. What a wonderful contribution. $37,000 is where we are. Thank you, Sonny. Landed on his feet, adopted dog for sure. Rob Caldulas, it's just so great to have you here as well. And Rob is here. That'll take him a year to earn. Wow, yes, indeed. It's a heap of money, Archie. That's very, very, very kind. $37,000. Lighthouse, well done. Okay. Maybe the Olive Garden is hiring. I don't think Kristen will give much recommendation. $37,000, I think we need to say congratulations, and very, very exciting that we were able to raise $37,000 for the work of Lighthouse this evening. Okay, let's move on to our second organisation, Scarf. Mia was part of a wonderful presentation this evening to let us know some of the great work that Scarf is doing. And I know you were enormously excited about that presentation and about the work that you heard about. We've currently raised $36,000. Trinity's mum is donating $100 as a happy birthday for Lighthouse. Thank you. And happy birthday, Trinity. A group of staff trainees had completed their program and were ready to go for a Scarf dinner last week. And then lockdown. Their paid work experience is at risk now. If Melbourne, like so many other hospitality workers here, your funding will help support them and many others. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing that with us. It's so meaningful. $36,000 is where we are at the moment with Scarf. We've currently raised $123,800 in total, and that's so exciting. If you have extra that you would like to contribute or you didn't get to the first time around, we'll just do a really quick moment here with Scarf and see if we're able to raise just a little bit more for the wonderful work that they're doing. But of course, where we have already arrived is a wonderful place at $36,000. David is just saying, well done, Lighthouse. It's very exciting. We're now raising money for Scarf. So just give it a couple more moments to see if there is an extra or a first amount that you would like to pledge to the wonderful work. It's nice to have heard from Mia, as we said this evening, who shared his enthusiasm and joy with some of the success, the incredible success that they're having in showing that there are people who have found it hard to accessing meaningful work. $36,000. Is it time for us to say thank you very much? I will give you my little eye on the side there. Beautiful. Wonderful. Congratulations, everybody. Andrew Chapman says $100 because staff always seems to make things freeze. Oh, with things freezing. Oh, goodness me. I wonder if that's what's happening. Well done, Scarf. $36,100. Thank you very much, Andrew Chapman, for that contribution. Okay, I think it's time for us to move on and see if there is a further amount that we can raise for Rough Track. And again, a little bit of fuzziness on my screen, but that's okay. We've got feels here. Rough Track, we heard from David Graham earlier in the evening. Oh, hang on, Jordan saying $200 for morning coffee for Scarf. So we'll add that to the Scarf amount. Thank you, Jordan, very much for that. And now we're raising for a second round, Rough Track, round 2. $500 from Accenture for scarf. Thank you very much, Katrina Frame, for that this evening. $50,700 is just incredible, really, isn't it? What a wonderful Tuesday night. $50,700 for Rough Track. I think we did such a great job in that first round. We'll leave it for just a moment to see if we can raise just a few more for Rough Track, but really what a joyful, joyful evening we've had together in this virtual reality. It is quite a place to be. Total Funding Network and virtual life, I have to say, is some of my favorite things that have ever happened. Nicholas Yang has said, you know what? I'll say $300 from Nicholas saying, thank you very much. And Karen Williams as well says, please add $300 to Rough Track. The Kamler family, $500 from our family dog, Max. Hi, Max. And thank you very much, Sean, for that and to your family. 3 wonderful groups of people helping in our community. Mr. G, thank you very much. Andrew Chapman, $200 for a Rough Track because, you know, dogs. Love it, Andrew. Couple of hungies doing very well for us. That takes us to a beautiful $52,000. I think we need to say a huge thank you to everyone. Lauren Tuck, another $100 for Tuck family dog Sunny, the light of our lives. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you very much, Lauren, for that and for all your work always. I think we're here. And I think the place that we have arrived is an absolutely beautiful, wonderful community space that is something to be enormously proud of. Thank you so much for demonstrating the power of what we can actually do together. Let's bring our presenters up, perhaps one by one, so we can actually hear from them the impact of what something like these funds will do on their programs. First of all, Lighthouse International. Let's see if we can hear from Jack. I love this bit. This is so much fun. Jack is making his way through the virtual portal to find his way, hopefully, to us this evening. Oh, hang on.
Oh, hello. Can you see me?
Hello.
How are you?
Really well. How are you?
Oh, absolutely stoked. This is just incredible. Thank you so much to everyone for your support. I mean, you just raised $126,000 in about an hour and a half. This is what makes me proud to be Australian as well. You know, just to see the generosity that has come from everywhere to make this happen. Just a little bit of context for us. Some of those donations from UNET and PNG, they're a social enterprise doing an amazing job themselves. You know, I'm sure that money could have gone to great use for them as well. So we're so humbled. Everybody who I haven't met yet, I really want to meet you and thank you in person. And a massive well done to the other 2 organisations as well, particularly Rough Track. I was just saying to my partner Chloe here, I think they'll get through to 50,000, and you know, you've smashed that out of the park. So terrific work, and yeah, thanks so much to TFN, Accenture, and all of the other sponsors as well to make this happen. It's just incredible, and the impact industry needs more like this. That's for sure.
Jack, we're really proud of you. Thank you so much for your work, and good luck with all of it. And we are just so excited about what the contribution tonight will mean, and we look forward to hearing about it.
Awesome. We'll keep you updated with everything. Thank you so much once again. Have a great night.
Thank you, and you have a wonderful night. We're now hoping to bring to the screen Mia, who spoke to us early and was representing the Scarf Community Organisation.
I'm speechless. It's got no words to say. I'm just so thankful for the Funding Network for running this event and providing us so much support in leads up to, especially with the pitch coaching session with John, and thanks to Ellie from TFN. And just thank you so much to the event partners as SHR, Baby Court, and the corporate match for helping us to the match donations. It's just biggest thankful to all of the Indian audience for helping us raise all these funds. It is so exciting for Scarf, and we will be able to support so many young people through this program with this money. Thank you so much.
We know you're
best day ever.
Mia, it's such a pleasure for us to have had an opportunity to hear you speak, and congratulations on your success so far And we wish you great luck with everything that you will achieve from here.
Thank you so much. It's just a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. I need to mention too, before we say hi to David and hopefully Jimmy, and I think I saw a couple of other people there, that Sandra and Carla Saltieri want to say thank you to Farmer Dave with a final $7,000. Incredible. Makes me want to cry. A match might be pushing the favour too far, but thank you, Saltieris, always. As Rob Caldula said before, the Saltieris, one of his favourite families. Oh, goodness, there's more. There's more. Another hunji from our lab, Lulu, as well. Lots of love there. $200 from Mangala. My phone is running hot. What a night. Goodness, good on you, Carla and Sandra. So much stuff happened when I was saying hi. Such a joyful. I'm just making sure that we've got everything, and there's just so much gratitude and joy coming through this chat line. I'm just making sure I've got all the funds before. Hang on a second. Rob Caldulis has said that he will match. It does bring a tear to my eye. And again, knowing that Rob Caldulis is founder and CEO of VivCourt. He's the founder of CM 2.0 and is there as well, contributing personally another $7,000, which takes that now to $59,400. Is that where we are? Or have we gone a little further than that if Rob is going to match the Salteris? I'll just sit on that for 1 second and see if that changes before we say hello. Yep, there is a match there from Rob, and whether that's it. But each organisation, so $7,000 from each if the Salteris will match, also from Archie. Oh, the game is not over. I love it when Rob Caldulis makes the game ridiculously fun. So have we added, I'll just find here, Brian's crying. I'm crying. I want to work with Rob. We all want to work with Rob. David is speechless. He will speak soon. We've just seen Lighthouse go to 44,100, Scarf to 43,800. Oh, God. That is incredible. So Jack is just like, wow. Jordan is wow, which is me. Thank you, Rob. We've added $7,000 to each program. It is really emotional. Look, my hair's all gone wild. $66,400 now has been raised for Rough Track. I'll repeat, $44,100 for Lighthouse, $43,800 for Scarf, and $66,400 for Rough Track. As Sean Kamler has said, wow, in capital letters. Mia has said, lost for words. Mia, we're so proud of you. And now we finally, I think, get to say hello to David and Jimmy and whoever else we might find. Hi.
Hi. We just moved this computery thing because the people that I want you guys to meet are this guy here. This is exactly what this money's going to be helping, and this Sheila over here.
Hello.
Yeah, this is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
They say it better than I do.
Thank you. It means
This
a lot.
is going to help a lot.
Oh, so exciting. And Jimmy's there. Well done. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's so nice to see your faces as well. And congratulations on what you've already achieved in what you're doing. We're so proud of you. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is in excess of our absolute dream. Like, we were hoping for 20,000 and then 40,000, but like 60. Yeah, this is just thank you. Thank you to every single person for your little tiny donation to your huge donation. It all makes a huge difference. Yeah.
They make me cry, David. Thank you so much. Well done to all of you. Your success is just such a wonderful thing to celebrate. Thank you so much. And we need to say a huge thank you. What an emotional night. How does it get me every single time? Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Trinity is so effective with your emojis. Thank you so much to the amazing presenters, because the work that you do, not only that you stand up and you explain your work, but the work that you do is so inspiring and incredible. And the support that you get tonight is to celebrate and to encourage you to go further and higher. Well done. If you did pledge tonight, you can fulfill your pledge right here now down there. You see that little thing that says fulfill your pledge? Clicking on the green bottom box at the bottom. You're also going to receive a link tomorrow via an email, or you can go to our website at TFN anytime you like to do that. When you fulfill your pledge, please consider, an extra contribution to the funding network. Any gift, large or small, will help us to continue to run events like this. There's also other ways that you can help these organisations. Please take a moment, have a look there to see anything pro bono and in kind that you can perhaps contribute as well. And we're also going to include these opportunities in our follow-up communications. You just email TFN or post to the chat and we'll definitely find a way to connect you. Tomorrow we'll send you a link to tonight's stream so you can share with your networks and encourage others that you know to support. And we're going to impact you on the impact. No, we're going to update you, in fact, on the impact of your support over the coming weeks and months. Thank you again so much to Accenture. It was just such a wonderful thing to have your support. Also, of course, VivCorp Trading and Corporate Match 2.0, Rob Kaldulis, founder and CEO of those organizations. Incredible for making tonight possible and for your continued support and just turning these things on their heads as you have a habit of doing, and making them so much fun to join together to support such important projects that are happening in our communities. Until we meet again, we have to say thank you for your time, your generosity, your support, your hungies, your very good humour. It has been an absolute delight. From all of us in lockdown, we thank you for the connection. Good night and stay safe, and we'll see you soon.